them the Outer Hebrides. Not sure which one. We're heading off Barra. That must be Barra across there, just straight in front of her. Vatersay must be across there. And that's the view back to the mainland, which you can no longer see, which you haven't been able to see for quite some time, I would imagine. We've been doing a bit of wheel spotting. We spotted a wheel off the, I don't know if that's the starboard side, is it, or the port side, I'm not sure, but anyway, it was that side. I didn't see the fin. Somebody saw the fin, the big fin come up. I only managed to see the big spout of water. Did like a big water spout, and I couldn't see any more to that. It's a bit windy up here, like, obviously, because we're in the middle of the channel. But it's been quite a good crossing. There was plenty to see in the first maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, because you're going between the mainland and Mull. That was very scenic, and then you've had probably about an hour and a half in the middle where you haven't seen anything but sea, but it's been quite good. See the odd boat and ferry and things like that. And a wheel, if you're lucky. That's our first look there, Castle Bay. Just coming into it now. It's more higher, more mountainous than I was expecting. I was expecting lower lying land than this, but looks very mountainous. There you see the castle there in the middle. We're taking a right now and we're pulling into the dock, so I can just make out there now. That's a better view of the castle now. Sorry with the noise of the engine, like, but it's loud. Just seen quite a steep hill. I've got to pedal up to what I'm on. Huh. Looking back there. I think that could be Vatersay across there, actually. Behind me. See the beach in the distance. That's where I'm going to end up tonight. Camping, pitching my tent land there. So, I've made it. We're off the ferry. If you look in the distance there, middle distance, that's the ferry at its berth. This bay has come to this hill here, heading towards Ireland, across there, called Vatersay. And this here is the war memorial for Barra, I would think. 1939, 1945. All the different residents who sadly lost their lives in the two wars. All the little villages on the islands. But anyway, there's the view. And somewhere down there is the causeway, which was built in 1991, I believe, and that ended the ferry. Now I think I may be heading across that way somewhere. There's a beach, I believe, along there somewhere. There's some sand dunes where you can put your tent. So we'll get on that, get there, get the tent up, get your tea on, and then we're going to backtrack tomorrow, come past the ferry, back over that pass, and then head up the top of Barra and catch the next ferry to Eriskay. That'll be tomorrow, later on. I'll get up early tomorrow morning. I think the ferry starts, I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. There's a few ferries, just hope they're not too busy. And here's our first causeway, linking this island to that one, Vatersay to Barra. It's not much of a length, I think it's probably only 200 metres. But this used to have to be a little vehicle ferry here one time, for the locals. Whoop, that's noisy. I'm only 10 minutes in. I think I've seen my first otters. They're the otters, and I think the otters, they're in there. One of them's just popped up. Yeah, it's an otter. I'm sure it's an otter. Can you see it? I don't think I can zoom in with this. There's two of them. Are they gans? Or is it a seal? It could be a seal. There's another one. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's another wildlife encounter. That's so far I've had a whale. 2 otter seals. I should have had some binoculars with this. Oh, there's 3, there's 4. Is that? I think they're seals. Yeah, the seals. No, they're not otter seals, they're actual seals. One of them's, there's 4 of them. Brilliant. This one's coming towards us. I'm not sure if I'll scare it off by moving along, but we'll try. Now it is, Linda. You'd absolutely love it here. They're either coming to kill us or they're just coming to see us. You see them? Yeah, of course you can see them. I've only been here 10 minutes. I just keep an eye on us. I'm thinking VC. Never seen him before. Too right, you haven't. It's the first time I've been here. I was really hoping you were going to be otters, but I suppose you'll have to do, you know. If you got any, if there's any otter mates in there, go and tell them to make an appearance, will you? That's not a bad view, is it? From the tent door. Now imagine if the sun was shining brightly. That would be fun. It would be amazing, even more amazing than it is now. I've got the tea on, having some sawdust, and some adventure food, minced beef, sawdust, because I'm on a multi-day, you see. When you're on a multi-day and you're bikepacking, you've got to travel light. You can't really tranjack. You can't be carrying tranjack here, like, unless you're hardcore. And I haven't been camping for a long time, so I'm losing the I'm losing my ability to carry the gear. Hence the bike. It hasn't got an electric motor on yet, right? But I'm saving that when I'm 80. But I'll show you the grey lake. That's fantastic, isn't it? So on the Isle of Vatersay, and across there is the Isle of Barra. So I got the ferry to Barra. I've pedalled along to Vatersay, which is only about 4 miles, I think it is. I'm camping on a beach in amongst the sand dunes with some cows and some bulls and some calves, and I'm a bit apprehensive with the bullets creaking about. He's massive, but there's been loads of the general public walking amongst them. He's been alright. Anyway, there's me water the boil. I'll catch you later. New panniers, only the best. Oughty leave. Bought myself some nice panniers. A front pannier bag matching Oughty leave, especially for this trip, and especially for the other trips I've got planned, long distance cycling trips. This one was meant to be about a month ago, but my son's stag do was meant to be like a stag half a week instead of a stag night, but then it transpired that he couldn't get back from where he was staying at the time, Dominican Republic. He couldn't get back in time, so it just turned out to be the Saturday. So I could have been away a month ago, but anyway, I'm having it now. This is me week. Me 6 days, although you do lose 2 of them, because obviously today, as you've seen, I didn't get here till about 6 PM. So you've lost your first day. Seeing that, it's been a long day. I've been on the road since 5 o'clock this morning. Had a 5-hour drive up to Urban, and then a 5-hour sailing across here. So it's been for 10, 11, 12, maybe 12 hours like that. No, sorry, 13 hours. And then your last day, you lose that because your ferry's at 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's down. There's only one ferry a day, one ferry here, one ferry back. So you've, oh no, there's a cow on the beach. I thought it was going to be safe here. Oh, this is mental, this, like. There's a big bull there now, you know. Oh, hey. I've got a hassle, well, not hassle of bulls, but I've had loads of bull encounters the past week. Loads of them. Past couple of weeks. it's just a cow on the... Cows didn't come up. Hey, I'm obviously doing this part of the world. Where was I? Forgot where I was there. Oh yes, that's why I bought the panniers. But obviously I cannot see it that good. They seem good, they seem brilliant quality, and they've got a lifetime guarantee. And they're supposed to be 100% waterproof, guaranteed. So, what's not to like? And they're not expensive, like, but like, you get what you pay for, like. I wish I hadn't brought this tent. I'll show you the tent maybe tomorrow. What a pile of rubbish. I bought this as well, so I can see what I want about it. What a pile of codswallop it is. It's hopeless. Should have bought the solo. Canny catamaran now there, I could fancy a catamaran. That's the current sit rep. It looks beautiful. And it is beautiful. But can you hear the cows? I'm not sure what I can't really see behind the tent, but they've all sort of decided to go that way. I thought they were all come to see me, but they're not. They're heading that way, really in the distance. So that's a good sign. And I'm not sure this is what they do at night, because they became very vocal all of a sudden, and they all started heading that way. I think that's the bull in the middle there. Just where them boats are in the distance. There's a black one next to a white yacht. To the left of that, I think that's the bull. I think he's making sure he's... Oh, it could be a cow, like. But anyway, they're all heading that way, so I might get some peace. But I'm just having a wee dram of whiskey, and like, I'm sitting here on this. I couldn't think of anywhere better to sit having a whiskey than this. It's like it was made for sitting having a whiskey. You know what I mean? Like it's the proper setting for it. 10:30, believe it or not. I don't think it's going to ever get, well, no, I knew it wouldn't get dark. It's one of them, no, it's one of them places where this time of year it just doesn't get dark. Looking directly ahead will be mainland Scotland, straight through there beyond that boat, and looking behind her is the Atlantic Ocean into towards America. Well, the cows have headed that way, and I thought the cows would have had like a field, but no. I think they've got the whole island. They can just head wherever they want. So when they just fancy takes them, they might head that way, and then when fancy takes them, they might come back at them more and more, cross that way. But as it turns out, they're a canny bunch of cows. Not too bad. Bo's a canny lad. You know. He doesn't cause any bother. I'm glad he didn't now size them, but what a place! What a place! So it's time to say good night, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. That is the view from the tent door, and as you can see, the sun is shining. I survived the cows up to now. Cows are still along at the far end. That's not so bad. Got porridge and coffee. I have this, and then I'm going to pedal along back to where I started yesterday. And I'm going to continue over to where the airport and the ferry is, and get the ferry over to Eriskay. So Barra is just going to be a passing through thing. I'm going to explore Barra more when I come back. But aye, up to now, fantastic. And see, as a memorial to the men who died and survived the Catalina plane crashed on Vatersay, 12th of May 1944. Died in the crash was the captain, wireless up, and the rigger, and sergeant, the flight sergeant at the top was the captain. And here's the wreckage here, still here after all these years. I'm not sure what aircraft the Catalina was, but substantial amount of wreckage left. Aye, quite a bit. big bits of wing, fuselage, all kinds. There's a tail, I think. Sad. Reminds us of the one back in the Chivits. Well, there's several in the Chivits. Maybe they were trying to land on the beach because there is an airport further along the Barra. But they do, it's the only airport where scheduled flights land on a beach in the world. We'll be saying that later on today, hopefully. There's some sheep's coming to keep us company. There's an aeroplane either coming in to land on the beach. No, it's coming in to land, I think. Oh, and Mia just took off. Not too sure. Must have took off. My mistake. Well, next ferry. Not until 4:15. It's only 12:25 now. And I haven't a clue. You can purchase tickets online. Can I get online? I don't know. I haven't a clue. I got my food truck, I think. Some coffee. There's the airport there in the distance. So I've got a bit of a problem. I've just been to the ferry terminal. The next ferry's not at 15:45. It's about 1 o'clock now. And I can't book it because there isn't any phone signal and there isn't any internet. And it's unmanned, so I may be stranded on Barra, well, till at least tomorrow. And then I've still got to be able to book a ferry, but it's not very well. I should have booked before. You see, you're not sure what time you're going to get to places, and bit of a conundrum. So I may end up chancing me on with the next ferry. If I can't get on, I'm going to look for a wild camping spot. See how it goes. Try tomorrow. If I can't get on tomorrow, then I'm just going to head back to Vatersay maybe. And maybe set to cut the trip short. Can't say I spend 5 days on Barra. I've been everywhere just about now. Well, the airplane's maybe taken off. Might as well stay and have a look at that spectacle. Aye. I think it's how it comes, I think. Or is it just taxiing? Is it going to go for it? It's getting louder. Here it comes, is it? Yeah, here it goes. The only beach landing strip in the world for commercial flights. There's a bit of information for you. That's probably the only information I've got about Barra, to be honest. I haven't researched much. I've watched plenty of YouTube videos. And there we go. Beautiful beach, by the way. Oh, no way. Here we are on the ferry to take us from Barra across to Eriskay, which is across that way somewhere. Different kind of ferry this time, like an open deck thing. Not much of a lounge, no catering, but still, it's only supposed to be a short journey. Weather's still fantastic, as you can see. What a place, man, what a place.
If instructed, a crew member will issue you a life jacket and provide assistance as required. Place the life jacket over your head, pass the straps around your waist, connect the buckle and adjust in the front. Use the whistle and light to attract attention. This vessel is fitted with both lifeboats and a marine evacuation system. These are inflatable slides and rafts which are employed by the crew.
There we are. Saying goodbye to Barra, Hebrides Hebridean.
You will be escorted by fully trained crew members and instructed on how to leave the vessel safely. For your comfort and safety, we ask that when moving around the vessel, you do so in a safe manner and follow any instructions given to you by the crew. When using the stairways, please use the handrails, and when on the open deck, please do not hold children above the height of the hand.
There I am, island number 3, Eriskay. That's the ferry just loading up to depart back across to there in front of us. That's where we just came from. A little bit choppy across there. Doesn't look too choppy, but it felt a bit rolly coming across. Now, I'll try and find a whale camping spot, or I'll try and find a site. Well, a whale camp if I can, like. We'll see what happens. Please let there be otters on the causeway. If I didn't see an otter on this trip, I'm gonna buy myself a black cat and get some hair gel or something and just grease it back, because I don't think I'm gonna see an otter. Instant otter, black cat, bit of hair gel, Bob's your otter. Well, you've seen us doing the daft otter sign thing. Anyway, arrived obviously on Eriskay. And Eriskay, like I said before, was done and dusted in 5 minutes. It's a tiny little island. It's now linked by that causeway, which was opened by their Royal Highnesses, the Earl and Countess of Wessex. Sorry, he said Sussex there, Wessex. 11th of September 2002. So this here, obviously before 2002 this wasn't here, so it would have been in that ferry. So I'm wondering if there'll ever be a Barra to Eriskay ferry, causeway, or is that too far a hop? Not too sure, probably too far a hop. But anyway, what I decided was, I was going to continue. I was going to get out of the causeway and get the next island in, which is South Uist. And then I just stumbled across this camp spot here. Well, it wasn't a camp spot. And I looked at this beautiful bay here. I don't know if you can see it with the sun shining on it. I'm looking at the sun here, but it's a beautiful bay. It's like paradise. And then I spotted a chair, a bench. I thought, I could sit on that tonight. And then a tent appeared, which obviously is my tent. And I've managed to lock my bike to the seat. No, I didn't think anybody would steal the bike, but I look a bit daft if I had to walk back with them 2 pannier bags in the front bag. Without the bike, wouldn't I? But anyway, that's where we're at. I'll just take us and have a look. It's probably one of the best. Well, I think someone's going to come and chase us from here, like. But it's Scotland. There isn't any sign saying don't. So the grass is perfect. The pegs go in perfect. The beach is perfect. There isn't any fire scars, which I'm very, very surprised. And obviously there'll be no fire scars left by me. Look at that one. What a view. I couldn't put the tent in the view because it's one of them tents that's got to go on with the wind behind it. It's a very fragile kind of tent. Look at that. It's just amazing. I'm close to the road, but it doesn't matter. The road will be very quiet later on, once that last ferry's, I would imagine. Look at that. Okay, I've seen a more perfect beach than that. Wow, man. That makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? It made it worth it. I mean, I'm delayed time-wise. I'm supposed to have done South Uist and, is it Barra? I was supposed to get the Barra, I think, the day, but, you know, the ferry times were mad. I didn't realise. I thought the ferry was going to be like every half an hour. I thought it was just a short hop across. It took 45 minutes. But that's it. Perfection. So, that's that. Tide's in now. Still beautiful. 9 o'clock, 9:05. Can't believe it. I had tea at about 6. I had tea at 6. Me dehydrated. What was it again? Pasta something like that. It's quite nice. It was all right. Quite acceptable. And I've sat and had a bit of whiskey. Not much, just a little hip flask of whiskey. The sun's starting to set there now. Probably in an hour or so it'll be down. But aye, that's South Uist over there. I'm heading it tomorrow across that causeway. I was meant to be going there tonight, but things have. I mean, it's like I'm going to reset my clock to Hebridean time because things just didn't happen as fast as you would think. And I got this morning about 8 at breakfast. I went and looked for this Hebridean Way start sign. It's like a metal rusty thing with Hebridean Way etched onto it, like they cut out. I couldn't find it, so that took a little bit of time up. Then I went into Castlebeer, couldn't find the shop. The co-op's, it's camouflaged actually, the tiny little co-op sign. It doesn't look like a shop. So I started pedalling out to Castlebeer. I found a DIY store, little like sort of haberdashery place, and I went in there. And they sold water and cans of pop. Came out of there, and that wasn't even marked as a shop. It was just like somebody's house. So I was pedalling out of Castlebeer, and this bloke said hello to us. He says, "Where you going?" I says, "I'm from the Hebridean Way." He says, "You're taking the hard way." He says, "Turn around, gone back." Anyway, he says, "Gone the other way." I says, "Well, I was going to go that way, but it didn't look as though that was the way I was meant to be heading, you know." No, he says, "I promise you that's the way to go." I said, can you tell us where the shop is?" When he described where the shop was, I found the shop. And got to expecting to get a ferry at about midday. I got there at 12, run to 12ish. I thought, well, there'll be a ferry. There wasn't a ferry until 3:45. So then I had to go on for another little scout route, and I did a few more miles on the bike. Going back, luckily I got in the ferry. My intention was to go across there, but quite happy here. Found a lovely little spot here. I was expecting to get chased, but don't know if I see anybody. Probably the odd car gone past, so it's still quite good. There's my view. I'm sure you'll agree. It's quite a view. Well, when I was at Co-op, I got some Malbec, so I'm going to have a little bit of Malbec now. Watch the sun setting. Then head off to bed. I had a lovely night's sleep last night. Even though before I went to sleep I thought the cows are going to kill us and the bulls are going to kill us. Do you know what? I didn't even hear them. And they didn't kill us. I'm still here. Now, the thing I've got to worry about tonight is otters. The otters attack campers. I'm not too sure. I've never seen one. I've always wanted to see one. So maybe my first otter encounter will be my last otter encounter. Imagine sharp teeth, haven't they? Yeah. Aye. It's a lovely house up there, like on the hill. You see the roof of it. What a place! I'm sick of seeing that. What a place! You need to get. If you haven't been to the Outer Hebrides, you don't know what you're missing. To be honest, it's absolutely. It's like paradise. We're at that beach there, man. That's paradise sort of beach. White sand, turquoise waters, clear. Fantastic. So he's just popped his head out of the water about there, and I put this yellow jacket on because I was getting a bit cold before. It was a little bit windy and the wind's dropped. I think it's very good for wildlife watching, having a bright yellow jacket on. It's probably a seal, but it may be an otter. Oh, I think it's just, see across there? I don't know if you'll see it. You probably not picked up on the camera. There's something, probably just is a seal. I mean, seeing just, it's, you can see it just gone past that. You're not picked up on the camera, like. No, it's gone really calm now. That's sunset. It's going to be fantastic later on because I've got some high level clouds up there, and that's going to dip over the horizon, and they're going to be on fire shortly, probably in an hour. Yeah, well, Day 3. Now on South Uist. We've left Eriskay, where I camped last night, on South Uist, and there's loads of these things dotted about, and they're like outdoor, and they've got a little fence around them. Normally a statue of Our Lady of Lourdes, Ronnie McPhee. You know, he's a Ronnie McPhee. This is South Uist. Quite gentle cycling actually, and I'm on a very quiet road. This road, you can see they've got way marker, sorry. The Holland roundhouses are along. I haven't got time to be, because I didn't know how far it is to the Holland roundhouses. I think what I should have done was done a bit more research. And now over and now with all these little places were, but the map I've got too hopeless. I should have bought a better map. It could be 3 miles to the Holland roundhouses, and I haven't got time to go and see them. And yesterday, when I went to look for the something stone circle, well, I couldn't find it. This road just come to an end. There wasn't any signs. There wasn't an obvious path through it, so I didn't get to see that. The stone circle. In the middle distance looks a bit like Stack Poly. It's not like. This is still South Uist. I'm stopped one of the passing places, and the way to do the cycling here is the narrow roads. There's some double carriageway roads, but most of them are single track. So what you got to do is where the narrow, you couldn't safely sort of get a corner bike coming opposite ways or overtaking or whatever. So you've got to keep looking behind when you're in a stopping place. Make sure there's nothing coming. If there is, pulling it to the next stopping place, which they're generally every 200 yards or so, so you're never too far away. So really you need to stay in the middle of the road and keep your eyes and your ears open. It's hard to hear the cars, but then you pull over, let them pass, and then just go on your way again. And so far so good. Never anybody, everybody's been quite friendly about it. I think if you know, there is times when you're not hear the car, you cannot hear it, and you realise at the last minute. Yeah, aye, beautiful, really nice. So let's try and get the Benbecula if I can. Not too sure, don't know how far it is. Me map's a load of garbage, as you already know. I'm very well prepared. Now on the 5th and final island of my trip, Benbecula. Oh, a cyclist just gone on there. No, I'm not sure. I'm only a campman here, it's still a bit. I see a cork there, like. Rather, I need to go. 31 mile. I'm not sure what time it is. +1. I have a little pedal onto it, so I'm going to explore this one. I think I might backtrack to a little spot I found earlier on, back on South Uist. Unless I can find somewhere ideal here, like. But we'll have a look. About 20 minutes, a little pedal about. Turn round now, left Benbecula again, I'm back on South Uist. And there's a thing up there called the Barra, the Elan. It's Our Lady of the Isles. Excuse me if that Gaelic was terrible there, but best I could do. As you can hear, I'm a Geordie. It's just the way I talk. I have great difficulty trying any other accent, like. But it's up there, I can see it from here. I'm not going the big hill. I'm not at the day, like. And this wind, I'm in the headwind now. I need to get along down that coast somewhere, find a nice spot. There's a couple of nice spots on the way here, so I'll try and find that when I get back. every now and again you come across these like strange plots of potatoes just in the middle of nowhere. Obviously they belong to someone nearby. And obviously this must be like their land. And there's another one there, that plot there, and there's a few plots across there. But the nice potatoes now. Just fancy a nice lamb dinner with mashed potatoes, or roast potatoes, or even boiled potatoes, or even chips. Anything really. So I was going to try and camp along there, but looks of it, there's a bit of a Grand Designs house there, and I'm going to be right in their view, so I didn't want to be there. And this here looks as though it's like all these little cultivated bits. There's been a couple of cars parked here, and I'm not too sure, so I think I'll head back along the way I was earlier this morning, see what's along there. It's only 3 o'clock-ish anyway, so still early. Current sit rep. I've been to Benbecula, went through South Uist, crossed over to Benbecula, had 2 Scotch pies, and turned round and start heading for home, because I've got to get back to Castle Bay, or as near to Castle Bay tomorrow as I can. I've just amended me ferry from the Saturday to the Friday. Maybe if yesterday's ferry had been earlier, I would have got further yesterday, so I would have been, it just had a knock-on effect. So I'm gonna cut it a day short, just to make sure that I get back. I'm terrified of missing the ferry. Terrified of not hearing the alarm going off. It's dead early in the morning. It's 6:55. You've got to be on there for 6 o'clock. It's early for getting up camping that, like. But this is the view. Show you the great. It's quite amazing, like. I'm definitely gonna stack Polly there in the middle, like. And there's the view behind. There's a nice beach there behind us. I'm on the Maca. I'm trying not to damage things. You're supposed to try and respect the Maca, and I'm respecting it. Like I'm being respectful. No fires, no rubbish left. But it's great. One thing is, I've got a sore neck. You've got to keep looking behind to see if there's any cars coming. If there's cars coming, you've got to stop in the past place and let them past. No, it's just general courteousness, like. Is it courteousness even a word? I don't know. But anyway, you've got to keep looking behind. And my next killings. Next time I come here, I'm definitely going to invest in one of them handlebar mirrors, rear view mirrors. I would recommend it. One bit of kit I would definitely recommend is that, and I'll tell you what it is. This tent here, this thing here. What a load of trash! Absolute garbage. It's horrible. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. So I bought it, like, my own money, years ago, a few years ago, with the intentions of doing a mountain marathon. I know I got around to this, but that's what it's designed for. So, but it's just pathetic. It's just absolute rubbish. Terra Nova. It's just hopeless. But I've got some good panniers, some Outer panniers. They've been fantastic. It hasn't rained yet, so luckily it hasn't rained yet. I didn't want it to rain, so I've never had any waterproof testing. But they really are decent bits of kit. Like, you can feel the quality. They're probably when you buying kit, you buy a Hillyberg tent, you get quality. You buy Outer panniers, you get quality. It's worth spending the extra money. And didn't say, oh, it's just a name. It's not just a name at all. It's just quality. Just forget about this. Just a name. Carry on. It's quality. Basically, that's what it is. And the front bar bag, but the front bar bag. That's brilliant. That, because I can use it in the tent as like a tent organizer. So I bought that as well. First rain of the trip. It's not much of a rain, it's just a little rain. There was a big storm before. Whoa. I was sitting here, I was just messaging other different people. I messaged my sister, said that I was, she says, oh, the weather's had a trip. I put a few photographs on. I says, oh, it's lovely. I says, I'm going to sit outside with the bottle of Merlot that I bought at the club. So 10 minutes later, I looked out. I was looking like that way, away from the sea. Lovely mountains and that. I wasn't looking behind, I looked behind the tent, and there was like a low cloud on the sea. It was black. You could see the storm, the forces. And I thought, no, it's turned. The weather's turned. Then it didn't head this way. It disappeared. And luckily, there was some lasses who must be walking the Hebridean Way, or they're doing some kind of walk, and they've just went along that way. And they've, I said hello to them, and I was going to see that that's heading this way, but it disappeared. It disappeared. So we've got a bit of rain here now, and hopefully my tent's going to hold up and keep us waterproof. But steer 1, 2, 3. Day 3. Aye, day 3. Day 4 tomorrow. Oh, it's getting quite heavy, that. That's a rain on, folks, as you see in Scotland. That goes on. I hope this tent's waterproof. Better be. The wind drops a little bit, it'll be a bit better as well. I shouldn't have bought this tent. I should have bought a real tent. So I'm in an early night tonight. Hopefully get a good kick, which I think I will. I've pedalled 44. Excuse me. I pedalled, was it 44 miles today? I did 33 yesterday. And I think the first day I must have only done about 5 or 6 miles Vatersay, which was really nice. It's like it's just a big island full of cows and bulls. They just walk everywhere, so it didn't cause any bother. Like I said, there were a canny set of cows. Oh, hammering down. Them lasses must have got their tents up by now anyway. That was about an hour ago. So let's see what tomorrow brings. So this is your typical road on. This is South Uist at the moment. Heading south to Vatersay. To Eriskay. Let's try Eriskay. Let's get the island right. Oh, dear me. So I got 5 islands. I was aiming for 1 more, but well, the first day I sort of lost, to be honest, because that ferry being not until 4 o'clock. I didn't get to Eriskay till 5 nearly, and then I looked for some. Sorry, sorry. I keep getting mixed up with my islands. And I've done 5 of them anyway. I was hoping for 6. So I was hoping to get a North Uist and then turn around, but I lost a day more or less on the first day. Not through. I mean, I still did 35 mile that day, but with the ferry being sort of not until later on, it was my fault. I should have checked. Not until then, I had to just go for another bike ride to try and fill the time in. It's been a great 5 days. 4 days, sorry, up to now. 5th day tomorrow. I was due to be camping near Vatersay again, but I've looked at the forecast and I've seen that it's thunderstorms tomorrow, so I can't complain. I've had a great time, and what I did last night was I meant to be booking. I rang Carmack up, I meant to be booking, and they're going to put us onto the Friday, which it's early in the morning, like it's 6:55 it sails. I'm going to have to be there for 6. So I need to find a campsite nearby. I need a campsite tonight, get a shower and that, properly cleaned up, clean clothes on for tomorrow, for the journey home. Let's show you some of the scenery. An old church here on the left, another cart. But there's loads of historic, like prehistoric things on the island, but you would have to come and either walk the Hebridean Way to see them, I think, or you'd have to have more days on your side so that you could spend more and more time just exploring some of the little side roads. It's got like the sort of western side of the island of this one, especially is the Macca, which is like a sandy soil with various different plants growing it like them conditions, so it's ideal for botanists. And it really is pretty on the map as well. And this side to the east is more mountainous. There's some canny range there back there, you can still see it. And the whole island is just full of these, just a house here and a house there. There's no sort of, I don't know what people do for a living. I think maybe a lot of the people may have been crofters back in the day. This is what you got to do when you see a car coming. You've got to pull over and be courteous. Oh, and gives you a little rest. But it's slow. It's not fast cycling in this island. You're not going to win any Tour de France. It's fantastic. There's loads of little round crofts. Just looking back there. But apart from a few whiskey distilleries and things like that, I don't know how people do for a living. Work for the ferry, work for the co-op. There's not many pubs or businesses or restaurants. It's the causeway back to Eriskay. Hopefully there's a 1 o'clock ferry. According to the timetable in the other day there was, I'm hoping there is. Like, and get back there, what I can tell you, and back to Castle, the campsite near Castle Bay if there is one. But anyway, Otter's crossing. So hopefully I want to see an otter. It's been my ambition on this trip to see an otter, and as of yet I haven't seen an otter. But that just makes us want to come back again, so it matters not. I've got plenty of holidays left. I can squeeze another trip in this year, or just wait till next year. Let's get on with it, innit? Let's see if we can find an otter. I've just had to stop again. This was a little patch I was on the second night. I've just had to stop again and do a little bit more filming. This is my favourite bit of what I've seen. It's just, is the word sublime? It's just amazing. But I can't hang around too long. I've got a ferry to catch. Up that hill, that way. Here's the ferry coming in. The ferry to take us back to Barra from Eriskay. Just going to come round into shot there now, I think. The Locker Lane. It's the name of the ferry. That's all the vehicles leaving now. Just waiting for us to get on and sailing back to Barra. Ferry, the evening ferry just arrived. I'm just wondering that must sit there all night, waiting to take us away tomorrow morning. I'll probably be across there for 7:55 tomorrow. No, 6:55. So I'm going to have to be up short tomorrow and away from here. So I've ended up on this idyllic beach again. I was going to go to the campsite, but the campsite was back up that way, back sort of that way. And I thought, well, I'll nip in there. I spoke to the guy on the ferry, and he says, oh, he's just going to camp across there somewhere. Just wild camp. 85-year-old. He was on an e-bike, but you had to hire. Because when he got here, he realised he was too old to pedal a normal bike, so he hired hey, hats off to him. Like, you're all the way to North Uist in 3 days and back. But he said he put on turbo mode, he was flying along, but his batteries ran out, so he's trying to charge her on the ferry, going from Eriskay across the Barra. But I found this idea, it's just lovely. And if you're concerned about it, there's a house up there, and there's a bloke milling about in his garden. And there's a house up there, but I don't know if there's anybody, they can't really see us, them ones up there. But I'm expecting the police to come and chase us from this one. Like, I'm just taking the pee. Like, this is just taking land, right in front of these people's houses. But you know what? I've done 45 miles on the bike. I'm knackered. I don't want to get too far away from the ferry. I'm not causing anybody any bother. I'll be in for a swim. Beautiful, lovely. Hope I can get that ferry tomorrow morning. Well, that's me back to Oban anyway. Just the final leg of the journey home, the drive home, 5 hours drive, but brilliant week, absolutely fantastic, out of this world. And I'll definitely back, like, it was so like, I wild camped every night. And I was intending to find a campsite last night, but I thought, I'm just going to wild camp. And I did. And it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. It cost hardly anything to get there. 15 quid there, 15 quid back. You had a couple of internal ferry journeys too, which were 3 quid each. 3 quid each leg. And it's cost us 40 quid in diesel to get here and back. So, can't complain. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.